Okay, so yeah, I mean, the topic that Jordan suggested is the important reports we should have, but we do not. I mean, this is, in my view, is more like inter department communication, like how SEO can report or PPC can report or reporting can report. I mean, it's like it's more like how we can help each other, like SEO and PPC, how we can unify them, how we can unify copy and SEO. I mean, this is something, in my view, is more interdepartmental communication, and how we can report each other. So, anyone have some ideas or insights or anything that they want to discuss on? Okay, so no one wants to share anything about this.
I think we're just shy.
uh,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
I can
go
make the
ahead.
ice.
Hmm.
I already updated my point, but this is something that I do a lot. I go into a base camp and I look for how my team is doing. I remember when I first joined, Joe sent out um, an email that he kind of wanted everyone, all the new hires to start producing like within 2 weeks, and to shoot for 4 or 5 updates in Basecamp. So they're just updates; they don't necessarily have to be done. But a good thing to do is when you start a task is to update the task. Let everyone know that you're working on it, because that will save you a lot of interruptions. And then give a good ETA. Give your best guess of when you can finish the task. Um, on tasks that are complicated, like the ISA and CRO, I think it's good to share the link right away, so that they can kind of see where you're headed, and if they have some suggestions, people can G-chat you back. So we have something similar right now in score tasks, but it doesn't give the timestamps. So that's kind of what I want Hamza to improve.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Right. I mean, when we go to the base camp, obviously, when we have everything added on the base camp, but yes, this is something that we need to take care of. And I have seen in, I mean, uh, some of the accounts that yes, we need to update everything there. So we, if we are getting late on anything, that's not an issue, but if we are updating and we are reporting that yes, this task gonna take time, and then for some reason, this task will take some time, like 2 more days. So we are updating, we are reporting people that this gonna happen, this is, we are working on this, but this will take a little bit of more time. So this is something that we all need to take care of. And yeah, if you have something and some suggestion related to score task and Hamza, just go ahead and email him, and you can CC Joel and Jordan, and yes, definitely they will look onto that, and they will give you a, I mean, they will provide a the required thing. So this is what is a, I mean, necessary basically. So yeah, when we talk about like inter departmental reporting, so in my view, when we talk about, suppose, unifying, I mean, maybe PPC and SEO, that in my point of view, yes, Ashok did one initiative regarding that, and he started giving us some reports, where he added the top conversion keywords and top conversion terms and all those stuff that work for PPC, and we basically have to check those stuff and if those can work for SEO as well. So this was something that I was really impressed of, and it is something that obviously we can use. So sometimes it happens that we do not have enough time sometimes, so we do not um, talk to the other departments or communicate with the other departments, but actually it do help a lot. So PPC and SEO, obviously they are something very much related to each other. So if we have a proper communication and if we have a proper system where I think if we have a proper system where we know that these are the terms that are doing very good in PPC, so yes, we can take those terms and we can check those terms for organic traffic as well. And suppose they are giving us some organic value, then we can obviously use those terms. And suppose we are not using those terms in the targeting pages, that would not I mean that is something that we have to work on. So yeah, I mean, in regards of unifying some PPC and SEO, we need to have some system where we can communicate with each other and we can take advantage of what is working for us and what is working for them, and then implementing those stuff. Similarly, if we talk about SEO and copy, and I can see that, I mean, yes, if you are working on gas posting, then obviously you talk to copy team a lot. But if you are a tech and completely and you are not very much into assigning tasks to copy team, you do not communicate that much. So because copy and SEO are something really related to each other, and they cannot, I mean, you cannot imagine SEO without copy. So this is something that there should be a reporting system where we know that what is happening inside copy for that particular client. And if we have an idea, we can suggest something that would help in SEO, because we know this copy is going to work with SEO. So we can suggest something. um, so suppose homepage is completed, but we know that how important keywords are for the homepage, and they if we see something, and if we saw like this keyword should be in H1 and this keyword should be in H2, we can go ahead and give our suggestion to copy team, and they might help us. I mean, they might implement our suggestions, and that can help in optimizing the homepage much easier. So yeah, I mean, there should be a system where we should have communication between, I mean, each and every department, not just PPC, not just copy. It should go for reporting. I guess only the people who is checking the initial SEO report before going to the client talk to reporting team. And sometimes when we provide some strategies to, I mean, like quarterly strategies, only then we communicate to the reporting team. So yeah, I mean, they are actually doing everything on analytics. So if there are some more improvements that we can suggest on that particular reporting, or suppose a report created for the client, and you think that there is something that we can add that is not showing up in that report, yeah, obviously we do not have we do not, I mean, they do not provide us report for review. But obviously this can be a thing. I mean, we can suggest something, we can suggest them to add something, we can suggest them to remove something that might not impress client. So there should be a system to report everything, I mean, between departments. So this is my view. um, anyone want uh, to show, I mean, to have some more insight on this topic?
I just want to add that, in our Basecamp project folders, usually there is a area where we can share documents. So I think all departments should utilize this space more than what I've been seeing. But things like like the SEMrush keyword pool, any reports or spreadsheets from PPC, they can put it there. Even our sheets that we show from Google Search Console, the search analytics part, we can share it there. And then we can take it out. If it gets obsolete, then we'll just replace it with a more current version.
Yeah, obviously the Basecamp docs and file helps a lot. And the other thing that I have suggested, I mean, I talked to Rebecca about this, I think 2-3 days ago, that yeah, we do pull SEM rush reports. So suppose when client starts a campaign, we do pull SEM rush report, and we have a task for that in Basecamp now. But basically there is no record. We are not adding that report anywhere. So because dossier is something that we use to access for most of the time when we work on a client, then I suggested that we should have a tab on dossier to add the keywords that keyword report that we pull from SCM Rush, that we basically do for every client when we start the campaign. So we have a report when we start a campaign. This was the SCM Rush report, and these are the keyword that we're ranking. So suppose after 3 months we again pull the report and we want to compare those rankings, so that would be easier. So yeah, I mean, dossier could be one thing where we can share the reports and analytics and all those stuff when the client starts, so we can compare that um, with the present scenario. So yeah, I mean, that can be done. So yeah, um, Andrea, do you have some ideas? I know obviously you must be having some ideas related to copy and SEO team reporting or something like that. So do you have some ideas to share with us?
Oh man, I don't know if it's just it being Friday and the end of the week, but I actually can't think of anything really specific right now. But I think it's partially because I'm not aware of all the reports that we even do have at this point. Like, I'm still constantly learning of new things and getting new links that I've never seen before.
Yeah, I'm very much, I mean, confident, and I have seen your work and you're doing pretty well. So yeah, uh, this is, I mean, obviously we are waiting to see more links coming. And yeah, this is something that is really important from SEO point of view. So yep, anyone have any ideas to share?
I mean, like, I can think of a few different like spreadsheets and things that would help us and that we kind of need to create in regards to some of the link building things we do, and now like some of the horror things we do. But they're not necessarily reporting.
Yeah, I mean, this Haro thing, yeah, I just want to suggest you, if you can someday come up with a training with all of us, with I mean, share your ideas how you do that. So this is something that everyone should wanted to know. So yeah, I mean, what is it and how it works? It would really help all of us. I mean, obviously, we are we are into SEO, and everyone wants to know if there is something that would help client for long term. So yes, if you someday come up with some training and like uh, any day that suits you, then everyone would like to have that training. So yeah.
Most definitely, yeah. I talked to Christy and Gentleman about it earlier in the week, and while we were talking about it, I was thinking of all the different documents and links that I could put into a training, not just like a video, but an actual document that kind of gives instructions. So I'll definitely work on that.
Okay, great. We would be waiting for that. So yeah, I really think that everyone should have some ideas, but I don't know why you are too shy to share that. Uh,
Um, I just want to point out something too, because Vijendra's not here, but he had a really great point. He wanted to have access to like the joint area of Basecamp. So I was even thinking further, in score tasks where we assign the client hours, the primary SEO tag, PPC. When we assign all that, it should like trigger a mechanism where we all have the proper access to where we need to go. Like, we all have automatic access to the dossier, for example, automatic access to the Basecamp project. It should be done once and then like propagated everywhere. So I don't know how much programming that takes, or if it's possible, but anything just to make it a lot easier. Because what we find out later is like, okay, later we might find out, oh, we didn't get access, and then then there's a little bit of a delay.
Yep. So yeah, if you have anything related to score task, as I said, you can go ahead and suggest that to Hamza. And if it is something that is really possible, then he can let you know how much time it would take. But yeah, obviously, if everyone wants to have some, I mean, joint based camp access, I know team leads do have that. They can ask DPs if they can add, if any one of their tags want to check the joint base camp yet, then yes, they can ask TPs and they can go ahead and add them. So yeah, I mean, this is a little critical area. That's why they do not give access to all. Basically, joint base camp is something that client can access. So that could be the reason they do not give access to all, because sometimes it might happen that you think that this is the internal, or you may add some task that is visible to client. So basically, to be on safer side, they might not give access to everyone. But yeah, if you want to see something, you can have the access. That's not a big deal. So yeah, I mean, yes, this can be done. So yeah, I mean, this is not this is not something that cannot be possible. That is something that you can do. So yeah, if you want to see how they communicate with the client, and if you have suggested something, and if it is gone to client or not, you can obviously check that on the joint base camp. So okay, anyone have any thoughts on insights or comments? You can talk about off you can also talk off the topic if you want. That's completely
Yeah, hello
okay.
Kanika.
Yep, Chetan.
Yeah, yeah. As you have just mentioned that SEO team can take insights from PPC team. I would like to carry on over there for that
Mm-hmm.
particular topic. As I was working for, means I've got a chance to work for two tasks for Living Company and Pink Lily. So I think that the majority of the activity that we require to match with PPC data is that whether those keywords are in meta tags or not. Like for example, title and description. So what I would like to suggest is that our Hamza and team should develop a tool in Scotas so that all the data for all client is fetched directly from the PPC AdWords IDE to our Scotas, and the copy team or whosoever is in charge can directly go and find what are the best search term that the particular client is ranking for. And like for example, for the first day when the client arrives, signs up, we don't have that kind of data with us, but at least for after 1 or 2 quarters we have good amount of data. And since copy is a round robin kind of thing, that it is needs to be updated regularly, so after 6 months or 3 months we should check in that particular data from score task and accordingly update. Because right now what the manual approach is what we are using. In case like for example, you are aware about the sheet that PPC questions generally have. So it would be better if we create a software kind of thing wherein all the data is easily available and copy team can use it directly instead of using Excel sheets and all those things. Hope I made my point.
Yeah, I understand where you are heading here. I do not know how easy it is and how much programming, how much coding it would take for Hamza to create integration between Google AdWord and ScoreTask. But yeah, we can obviously suggest um if we can have at least the conversion keywords there. Yeah, obviously that would the first thing that help us. And secondly, some ads that go very well for PPC have some call to actions that can be used in meta description. So yeah, I mean these are the two things that basically help from PPC to SEO to fine tune some of the SEO things. So yeah, I mean that we can suggest, but is if it is possible or not, it's depend upon the coding they require to do. So yeah, I mean that's actually a good suggestion. Like I remember I do not know actually if it is live or not, but basically they tried to fetch data from Google Analytics. um so yeah, I mean this is something that they can do, but how much time it would take, it depends upon, I mean, what Hamza say about this.
Okay. So I'm making a note at the bottom of the document for this.
Okay, sure. Anyone have some ideas to share? The new techs that just joined, I think they must be having some ideas. If you can share some, that would, I mean, that would be appreciated. Suresh, would you like to share something with us? Okay, so if no one wants to talk, so can we just, I mean, we can close this up. We can wind up this meeting and we can share the notes with Christian if he wants. And if any one of you would not like to speak but have some ideas, just go to the notes and write down your ideas. That would help. Okay. So yeah.
I may, am I audible?
Yeah. Yes, Sanjeev.
Yeah, so I can like add one point there, and I do have like, so there was like query from the client side a few months ago, like NG racing, and so we do like provide. So this is like older client, like 2 or 3 years old with us, and we do like regularly send the reports, the monthly reports to them. So they did like pointed out something that they did like see the progress there, but they are not like sure like what is like driving the progress. Is it like our work or anything else? So what we did is we used the, like our tools for it, like the web CEO and the uh, Google Analytics, and we like dig deeper on it, and we presented a report for them. Uh, and then like I forwarded the same report to Joel and Jordan and Christian and said like, hey, this will be useful for us, and we already have a like uh, plan to work on score tasks for the reporting purpose, and I believe like this will be very useful for us side by for the teams. And then like they said like, yeah, that's fine, and we will be doing that. So hopefully, I believe it will going to implement it, or I believe it has been like implemented in some way, but they are still working on it, and I believe it will like going to help us overall. I mean, yeah,
What
that's
kind of
fine.
report it is? I mean, do you want to share, or if you have a, I mean, open in on your screen, and if you can screen share so people can see?
I'm not sure. I will have to like look into it, but I did like
Okay,
I can like forward that email which I sent to them. I can
okay,
forward that
sure,
email to everyone if required. Yeah.
sure. And I really appreciate how
That's
you
the only
handle
thing I had.
anti-racing,
Yep.
because I have worked with anti-racing, and it's one of the toughest client. And yeah, I am really, I mean, impressed the way you handle anti-racing, because uh, when we work, I mean, maybe I worked with Andre on that account, and they have the STC that time, and then it shifted to your team. And I really appreciate how you handle anti-racing, because obviously that client is very tough. So yeah. Yes, if you can forward that report, that would be helpful. I mean, that email.
Yeah, I can do that. Uh, However, it was just a general email. It was general question from a client, like maybe like one sentence, half a sentence question, like. But it was like very challenging for us because the challenge was not to like we are not making a progress. The progress was there. The client concern was they have a question like, what is driving the progress? Is it us, or is it like something else? And that's where the challenge is,
Mm-hmm.
because if the challenge is like to improve the result, then we are working on it. But if they can see the result, there is an improvement. But what is like driving the improvement? That's what they are like concerned about. And so what we did is we break that down by keywords, by landing pages, by revenue and everything using Google Analytics and Web SEO. And I like presented the same thing because we already have a plan for a store task in future to integrate the Web SEO plus Google Analytics and any other possible tool on score task that can be used for reporting purpose for clients, so they can see a much more breakdown of the reports, where they can like see what we are doing and how it is affecting their website, their pages and revenue, everything. I believe that that is one thing that is in process. I hope like it's going to help everyone else when it gets implemented on Scotas. I believe they are in process of it. I can see on some of the reports. There is some like screenshots there, but let's see.
Yeah, they are continuously making score task a one tool where that we can refer to. So yeah, obviously, I mean, anything that we suggest to them would help them to make it more convenient for us. And again, yes, there are some client that like NGK Racing that you just said. We have a client Ravgear. Chetan know that how difficult the client is, and how much information the client needed. And I mean, it's really hard to work with that client as well. So yeah, I mean, sometimes, I mean, obviously reporting team work on some predefined format, and they only add the things that is mentioned in that format. But sometimes the client wants something extra to know how the campaign is going. So sometimes they do not understand those graphs and statics. So they need some more insight and information, and more explanation how we drive that result or something like that. So obviously, this is what they need, and that's why Jordan ask for this topic, because if we have something for reporting team, a new format to add or something like that. So I basically I'm working this time on Google Data Studio as well. I'm trying to create some template, or maybe that would in that is something that Google, this is the Google product and which is free, so obviously we can take advantage of that. And if we have some predefined template for Google Data Studio, um, we can just change the dates like we do in analytics, and it just give you the same data for other clients as well. So suppose we have a report for any of our client like Pink Lily, and we can have same report format for other clients as well when we have a standard report set in Google Data Studio. So I mean, I'm working on that, and it's really interesting. So yeah, I mean, this is something that basically the motive of this call is like how we can work together, like if reporting and if it is SEO, how they can work together to give client more insight so that client get impressed and client is happy. So this is something that they want us to work on. So yeah, so obviously your suggestion for improving the score task, your suggestion for improving the communication, interpersonal communication between the department, or anything that you have in a mind would obviously help the management to work towards improving the things. So yes, I
Kanika,
mean,
I want to share something or ask something to you.
yeah, just
Hi.
go ahead. Yep. Hi.
So, I think we have a process for CRO analysis, and other day we had training for that as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that CRO analysis is particularly for desktop website, right?
Right.
Uh,
You cannot
yeah.
say that because um, you have, I mean, recently everyone should know that now Google is moving towards mobile first. So yeah, we are in process of creating, I mean, Christine obviously worked on some new documents for CRO that is for desktop as well as for mobile. So we are actually reviewing those documents, and soon we would be having a document separately for desktop and mobile. So all of you will have those documents very soon. And then so suppose for a website, so suppose for Pink Lily or any of your client, you check the analytics and you found out like this website is doing good on mobile because mobile sessions are more, mobile revenue are more, so we should work on mobile CRO. So yes, we have a mobile CRO document to work on, and we can refer the document for a client. Now if you check that for this client, when we check the Google Analytics, desktop traffic is more than mobile traffic, and but the bounce rate for desktop is more. So yes, we need to do a CRO for that client. Then obviously we will be having a CRO document for desktop separately. So it is not, I mean, it is not that we might be having some big differences between the mobile and desktop CRO, but obviously some of the points that work for mobile will be added in the mobile CRO, and some of the point that work only for desktop would be in the desktop CRO. So yes.
So what I find actually other day I saw a Hangout, Google Google's internal Hangout for mobile optimization, and I found that there are a lot of things which are really different from what we actually are doing for the desktop websites here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, and that only happened when my DP asked me to perform the CRO for mobile website, and it actually came from I don't know from how they got this idea to perform the mobile CRO analysis, and I had to check the material and found that video, internal video of Google Hangout. So it was really like different. Everything was different there, and what actually happens, like the material and things which we uh, generally the we work on the same website there, like only the screen size is different. Like for example, if we are working on the header optimization, so header, most of the time header materials are same on desktop and on mobile, right? So
Mm-hmm.
so for example, if we are like giving suggestion, same suggestion for mobile and desktop websites, that may create a issue for designer and developer, uh, because both things are going to implement on same website but for different screen sizes, right? So I believe like this is important, that we should be having the mobile CRO document as soon as possible. And for many of our website clients, we haven't performed the CRO for them. So if we can get it soon, then we can start performing the CRO for rest of the clients, means of all of our clients.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, the document is almost ready. I mean, it's in the final review stage, and yes, you all would be having the document really soon. And yeah, I mean, for this, because we are going into quarter 3 strategy very soon, so you can check uh, if we need a mobile CRO for any client through the analytics. You can talk to your team leads and they can let you know if the mobile CRO is required for that particular client, or a desktop or a new desktop CRO is required for that client. So yeah, I mean, that document, I will talk to Christine and I will talk to Rebecca, and we will make sure that document is ready for you guys before you go into the quarter 3 strategy. So you can have that document if you have suggested that in your strategy, and you can go ahead and do that CRO for your client. So yeah, thank you for that, Manoj, and we will see into that. I mean, I will talk to Christian about this.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, so anyone else have something to share, or we can just.
I think Suresh is saying something. You would like to address that?
Okay, so he said, recently I found few of our 20 hours client not yet finished meta works, duplicates, etc. from long time, but we doing analyze for traffic and viewer drag tracking doesn't make sense, I feel. So I expect to at least complete meta works and critical issue like duplicates, canonical, etc. Then checking result would be fine. Okay, so 20 hours is like a minimum our client. Um, can you please make sure you are mute if you are not speaking? Okay. So yeah, 20 hours client is a minimum hour client. So basically, the copy team have a budget for every client for every month. So they work on budget. And yes, I mean, we used to break down the task and we assign to development. So development um, work, I mean, maybe it happens that development do the work sooner, and then we are still waiting for the copy team to complete some of the stuff. So they have some budget for every month. That could be the reason that you have seen that the meta works maybe not finished yet. So yeah, they have some budget for particular client. But if you have some comments or question or thoughts on that, just talk to me and I will let you know why that client, the work has not been completed for that particular client. And you can even talk to the TP, and yeah, I mean, they will let you know what could be the reason. The second reason that I can think of is uh, because they might have written, you can check the score task, they might have written the meta tags, but uh, they are in the client review stage. So maybe client is taking time to review those metas, and that is why not uh, they are not uploaded on the website. So yeah, I mean, there are more than one factors that we can think of that can be responsible for the delay. So that is not something that could be from client side as well. So I mean, if you have seen something like that, and if you have question about this, you can talk to your team leads and you can talk to your DPs, and they can let you know what is the reason of the delay. So okay, because yeah, obviously copy team has more than one writer, so obviously it is not possible that it is delayed from their side. So there must be some issues regarding that. That is why that is not uploaded. So you can talk to your team lead and you can talk to your DPs and they can let you know. Okay. um
Uh, yeah, I wanted to make a point here. Feedback, kind of feedback from link building team, as like we have started providing them the resources, the list of websites, and they should have started working on those websites. If we can get some feedback, like what type of issues they are getting, like if we are providing the right kind of website to them, or if anything else they want from us, or any particular ideas that can help to get the better results or get the better responses from these bloggers. I think if it makes sense in this meeting.
Yeah, so two things, yes. Obviously you have put a point that we are actually thinking of. So yes, I mean, suppose you have created a sheet for the review of Andrea or Christy or Janelin, they would be reviewing it. So it is very early to let you know how you, I mean, your research websites are good or not. So yeah, I mean, they are reviewing it. So once they have the idea, so suppose they have reviewed 2 3 tax websites, and they would be having the idea that, like, this is the website, this is the kind of website we are looking for, and these are the websites that you can avoid. So I mean, I cannot say at this time that they can let you know straight away, but yes, it would take like, at least give them a time of like 15 days to 30 days, so they can review it and they can come up with uh yeah, come up with some ideas that these are the website that we are looking for. So Andrea, do you want to give some insight on that?
Yeah, no, I think you were right on point when you said that it's still a little early. I think I haven't gone through enough spreadsheets to have cohesive advice for like specific clients or specific techs yet. So I think it will. I mean, even next week, I might have more advice, and I'll be sure to either post it in Basecamp or GChat. You guys to let you know, like, if these are sites that I'm super excited about and are working really well, or if we need to change the direction.
Yeah.
Sure, no problem. Thank you.
Yes. So just give us a time of at least 15 days from now, or maybe 10 days from now, and we can have a call. We can organize a call between Christy, Janelin, and Andrea, and we all. So they can give us the update on that, and they can provide us with the idea that what kind of website they are looking for, and what is the thing that we should avoid going forward in that particular spreadsheet. Or there can be more information that they might want from you. So yes, I mean, just wait for at least a week, or a 10 days to check, to let them check, because obviously I know they have like a lot of workload this time. So they are still in a stage of thinking how they're gonna manage that. So yes, I mean, I would say that let's give them some time to review those stuff and then come up with some ideas for us, and then we can have a call and they can let us know how it would be going. So yeah.
Yeah, great, great.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I hope that this is a productive call and we would be sending those ideas to everyone in the office, and I will also try to see and I will talk to Christine as well, whatever ideas that we share today, and if we can some we can think some, I mean, some of the ideas if we can implement sooner, then I mean, obviously I would not like I mean, just talk about this and do not implement. So um, I will talk to Christine, and we would see which one of those ideas can get implemented sooner. So yeah, as Sanjeev said, his idea to include some reports on score tasks so it is immediately available for everyone is going to implement that would be also helpful for us. So maybe there can be some more ideas like for the mobile CRO that we already discussed. So yeah, I mean, out of this meeting, whatever ideas that we can come up with, as soon as possible we can complete that. I will inform every one of you, and I in the BNB email that I sent yesterday, I will send over what ideas we are going to implement in coming days, so you all have the confidence that whatever we have discussed would not go waste. So yeah, thank you everyone. It was nice to talking to you all, and we will have a nice weekend, and we will come up fresh and start our Mondays. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for your support. Bye for now.
Thanks,
Bye.
Kanika. Thanks.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.